Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? It is Thursday. My name is Debbie and I am with Create Pretty Things. Welcome to my live tonight. Tonight we are going to do a little coffee transfer. Life without coffee? Depresso. I hope you're not depressed. A little bit of coffee does wake me up in the morning though. And I do have a few cups a day, I'm afraid. But I don't know how much it really affects me. Does it affect you guys? Does it kick you into action? What are the results of your coffee drinking? I would really love to know. Do you guys count on your coffee to get you going in the morning? I have mine right away in the morning, that's for sure. Let me go ahead and get this shirt out. Oops. I'm just going to share it out with everybody. Let's hope it works at everyone, and we will see. Okay, so as you jump on tonight, if you're watching me live, you will see the red button up in the top corner. If you don't see it, then you're watching me on a replay, and welcome to the replay. Just type in hashtag replay on in the comment to let me know that you watched. If you're new watching, please say you're new in the comments so I can welcome you in. Say hello, everyone. Give the video a heart. Feel free to share it with your friends. We're going to get started, and this is going to be a quick one. Right now, I'm just going to go ahead and fuzz my transfer because it is sticky. It's reusable. The sticky is one of the benefits of having this beautiful transfer. Okay, so this is my chalkboard I'm going to use. And it does have the back side. If I wanted to flip this little cord, I think I could use it as well. But I'm trying to figure out how to lay it so that it's going to have the words straight. Okay, I think it's like this. That little vine on this side is going to go up higher than the vine on this side. I'm going to go ahead. You guys see how you can see through this? That's the silkscreen mesh. It is the magic that makes that paste look so awesome on your surface. And we are just going to go ahead and lay this down. Center it as best we can. Make it straight as best we can. Smooth it down so we don't have any air bubbles. Now, the reason for getting rid of all the air bubbles is that if you have an air bubble or a little piece of paste, which I seem to have here, near the silk screen, that silk screen goes down to the surface and it kind of creates a little sealed in pocket for that paste to go through. It contains your design. If you have an air bubble or a piece of paste right on the edge of this silk screen, which I see one right here, it's going to allow that paste to kind of move out of the boundaries and it will be blurry. It won't be quite as clear. So you want to make sure it's flat. Some people use their little squeegee and they go over it and make sure it's down really good. I think that's a great idea. I think this is just a fold right there. But I think it looks good. So this is what it looks like right now. And as I hang it, is it going to be straight? Let me see. Yeah, I think it is. It's kind of hard to tell. Now, in the cart link, if you type in the word coffee, C-O-F-F-E-E in the comments, check your messenger. You'll get a message from me with a shopping cart pre-built for you. It's going to have different colors of paste in there. I went for all browns, and only one of those was in the individual packets. The rest were full-size jars, I'm afraid, which makes it a little more expensive for you. But if you want to do it all one color, you can certainly do it. Just take those extra colors out. I also put in a color camel that I don't have today, but I do have this color bubbly, which is kind of similar. It was one of our colors of the month, and it's not available for purchase anymore, but I would use that instead of camel. I also, instead of dune. Now this is camel, it's a brown. So can you tell I'm kind of picking some coffee colors? This is shimmer gold, and that's gonna give me a little shimmer, which I hope is gonna look like steam. And we have our bark, which is our brown. All colors of coffee. I'm gonna kind of mix those together and make it look like a cup of coffee. So that's what our plan is. Now I have one more request for you, besides for liking the page, following, making a comment, sharing. I'd also like for you to type in the word !notify in the comments. When you type !notify, all as one word in the comments, it's going to send you notifications whenever I go on live. So you don't have to guess when I'm on. Maybe you want to do a replay later, that's still fine, but it'll give you a chance to interact with me and help me make some choices as I'm on live. I would love that. I would love for you guys to watch me live. Okay, let's get started. Now, we talked about doing this. So I think what I would like to do is do the Life Without and Depresso in my bubbly. So you would be doing Dune. I think I'm going to do my coffee beans in my darkest color, which is my bark. And I'm hoping it'll show up on here. And then the word coffee and the question mark, I'm going to do like a gradient on it. So let's get started with our beautiful color bubbly. You guys, if you have never caught one of our colors of the month, get it. It just released yesterday. And our color of the month is a beautiful blue called Retro. It won't be available for a long time. It's just here as a kind of like a exclusive, like a collector's item. Get it while you can. You have to purchase $75 worth of product in order for it to unlock, but at that point you can purchase 3. So get that while you can. Some of my favorite colors are the colors of the month. So like I said, this was bubbly or is bubbly, but it is no longer available. No longer available for purchase. So that's why I'm telling you guys, it's early enough in the month. Retro is available right now. It was just released yesterday. And normally I would say they last a few weeks before they sell out. But we've had some sell out in just a few days. So I would not wait. I would go ahead and get it if you're interested. Maybe just take a look on the website and see what you think about it. It's a very pretty blue. It would be good for some of our patriotic holidays coming up, although it's not a dark blue. It is pretty, 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 pretty. Okay, I've got my Depresso done. I'm gonna go ahead and put the extra back in the jar, but I wanna peel this off while the paste is still wet. You don't want that paste to dry in the screen. So I'm just gonna peel this down a little bit and I'm gonna look at it and make sure I got everything covered. It looks great. So now my paste is released out of that screen. I can go ahead and gently flop it back down. Let's lift up the bottom. And I'm trying to move it to the center to lift it so that I'm not stretching the transfer out. These transfers can be reused between 8 and 12 times, so we don't want to stretch it out, but look how good that looks. So I'm gonna let this flop down again, and I'm not gonna touch the part that I just pasted, but I am gonna put my coffee beans back down because I'm gonna chalk those again. So I said I was going to use my bark for the coffee beans. You know, I don't think it's going to show up. So I think I'm going to scratch the bark for that, and I'm going to go ahead and use my camel. Let's use my camel for the coffee beans. I don't think it's going to show up very well. This paste is really easy to smooth on, guys. It just glides. Okay, let's see what the beans look like. Yeah, they look good, and I'm afraid that if I would have done it darker, they would not have shown up. So I'm glad I did it that color. Now comes the fun part. We're gonna go ahead and kind of blend some of our colors. And I think I'm actually gonna skip the bark altogether. So if I have bark in the cart, go ahead and don't get that if you think, if you're doing it on a black surface. If you're doing it on the white surface, I put a surface called the outside the box surface in there, which is really cool because it has removable boards. So if you're doing the white side of that, you can use your bark on it and it'll be just beautiful. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and get some of my colors. Let's see, and so our coffee normally goes from dark to light and it has some steam at the top. So I'm gonna do my gold at the bottom. This is shimmer gold, and I did kind of want the gold at the top, but my bubbly does have shimmer in it, so we're okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some of this shimmer on here towards the bottom, and this paste is a little bit thicker than I would like it to be, and the shimmers are a little bit different texture, and they're different in the way they show up as well. So let's see how this works. Now, if it doesn't work, this is a chalkboard surface, and I can remove my paste and redo it. Okay, so I've got that on there. Let's go for our camel. Let's do a little bit of camel here in the middle. And now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going to the line to blend this shimmer into the coffee. And then I'm going to get my bubbly. And it's going to be like the steam rising off our coffee cup. Do you guys like your coffee really, really hot? I think it tastes better when it's nice and warm. It's something about it. It's just kind of soothing to me. When it's hot, it's like it feels good on your tummy. Kind of wakes you up a little bit more. So I'm just going to smooth this on. And once again, when you're done with your paste, just wipe your squeegee off into the paste jar. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cap these up. Well, maybe I'll go ahead and I'm going to wet my finger just a little bit. And I'm going to kind of blend some of my paste together to make it an easier gradient. So it'll blend better than a sharp line. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and peel this up and see what it looks like. Are you guys ready? Let's peel it down. I'm going to move to the center. Wow, guys. One thing I didn't realize is that it had all these little dots in the center. I didn't realize that. Cool. I like it a lot. Okay, this is it for right now, but we're going to add a bow to this. But I want to show you how to clean this transfer. These are reusable between 8 and 12 times. Now, if you can reuse them 8 and 12 times, obviously your cost is going to be less when you create something for somebody else, if that's what you're doing. If you're creating a finished piece, or maybe gifts. Maybe it's a good gift for your mother for Mother's Day. Maybe she's into coffee and has a coffee bar. That'd be an amazing gift. Maybe you have 2 mothers that might like it. As in mother-in-law and mother, or stepmothers, or good friends that you want to get a gift for. So you could reuse the same transfer between 8 and 12 times. That sticky substance that allows you to reposition this over and over again is the key to reusing these and having a clean silk screen is necessary too. So I just cleaned it with a paper towel and some water. This is called a board eraser. I always put these in the cart because they are amazing at cleaning the paste out of your transfer. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and rinse it out and squeeze it. And now I wanna do the other side of my transfer. This side is not as dirty, but it is sticky. So you do wanna clean it. Remember, you put your paste on top of that silk screen, so it does go through to the surface below, and so therefore your silk screen is dirty. I'm just gonna kind of clean this easy. I'm not gonna do a lot of scrubbing. I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe over it. It comes clean really easily, unless you're using one of our colors like black, red, dark blue. Those highly pigmented colors take a little bit more work to clean them out, but these were all very light. And this one was an easy one to clean. Make sure you dry both sides of your transfer. I just use a paper towel, but you can use any kind of cloth. You can use your fuzzing towel if you have one. And then another important part of this process is to store this on the backer sheet that it came with. So I'm just going to line up the bottom edge and the corners and smooth it down so that all that sticky is on the backer. That helps preserve the sticky. That's the key to this transfer being reusable. And I do feel a little piece of paste underneath here. So I'm gonna take that out. Now what I do is I actually store these back in the cellophane wrappers that they come in. And I just hang them up or lay them into a tote. So that's how I store those. Okay, so now we have our beautiful little sign. I'm going to dry it just a little bit. Just so I don't make any mistakes and move it around. Okay, I've got a bow to make. Let's see what we're going to do. I thought that this was really pretty. It has kind of the taupe colors, which resembles coffee. And I thought this, which might be taken as coffee beans, it could be. So that's what we're going to use for our bow. And I should always open these ahead of time because sometimes I have problems with it. Let's see. Where is the entry? There it is. Now, if you guys have any good ribbon storage tips you want to share with me, please do. Please do. Do you guys, I was thinking of putting this back on and taping it. I've tried using rubber bands around the edge. I've tried taking them off the rolls and putting them on pieces of cardboard, but I feel like that's going to get smashed and lead to some creasing. I have, lately what I've been doing is sticking a straight pin right into the ribbon. And that's what I've been doing. That seems to work pretty well, but if you have any tips, please share. This is my easy bow maker. And I don't normally put my ribbons on there, but I'm going to. No, I don't want too big of a loop, but these are going to be my tails. So they're going to go out to 8 inches. And then, so that's going to go to 8 inches for a tail, right? And I want to make sure my pretty side is going to be always up. I'm going to put this down, 8 inches for a tail. And then I think I'm going to go to 5 inches for the loops. 5, well, maybe 4 inches. And I'm going to want to have the, let me get this right, faded right. Place it in there. We have an 8-inch tail. Put it over here. We're going to do a 4-inch loop. And what I'm going to do is place this in here and I'm going to twist it because I always want my pretty side up. And that's a little large. So I'm just going to adjust it down to about 4 inches. Pretty side up. So I'm going to twist it again. I think I twisted it the wrong way. Push it down. And let's do a 4-inch bow on this side. So now we're going to twist it again. So that's our first 4-inch loop on this side. Twist it, push it down, another 4-inch bow. My ribbons are getting all tangled. Put it between the 2 dowels and twist it. Make that pretty side up again. Let's do our final loop. Not sure I like having the bow, the ribbon on that side. I'm used to having them cut ahead of time or being free. Let's place that down, 4 inches, twist it, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut my tails to about 8 inches. So now I need a piece of wire or ribbon or a zip tie to go ahead and secure this. And I do have a piece of wired ribbon, wired wire here. I'm going to go ahead and slip this underneath my bow. Just going to lift it up a little bit. I'm going to try to get this centered so that I can tie this and bring it to the back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and lift it off. And tie it. And I think I'll go ahead and put my glue gun on, or maybe I'll just tie it onto the hanger. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and fluff these out. So turn your tails. Let's go ahead and cut our tails. To cut our tails, we're going to do what's called a dovetail. I'm just going to take them and line them up and fold them in half, and I'm going to cut up towards the center of the ribbon. Okay, do the same thing for this side, and this side looks a little longer. So I'm going to fold it in half and cut up towards the folded edge, from the selvage to the folded edge. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Let's go ahead and fluff these out a little bit. Just fluff out your loops, make them look pretty. So here's our bow, and all I'm going to do, I'm just going to tie it with my excess ribbon wire that I have on here. I'm going to tie it onto my string. You could also use a glue dot. You could use a glue gun. You could tape it, anything you want. I'm just going to kind of tie it on here. Then I'll see how it looks, if I can position it. Okay, so it does look a little floppy. I might have to go ahead and put my glue gun. So my glue gun isn't going to heat up by the time you guys are ready to see this. But let me go ahead and get it set up and turned on. So what I would do is I would go ahead and glue this down. Make sure all my ribbon faces the right direction. Fluff out my bows. And if I needed to, like if this bow is too much and it's in the way, I can also glue that down so that it's not covering up my coffee. But let's see, here it is, life without coffee. Depresso? Are you depressed without coffee? I hope you like this craft. It was quick and easy, just simple, but it'd be nice for a coffee bar, wherever you have your coffee situated. I hope you love it. Feel free to share this out to your friends who may love it. Like and follow my page and type in !notify. If you want the shopping list, type in the word coffee, check your messenger. I'll be back on tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.